How are you this week, Leigh? Welcome aboard.
I am fine, Maxi. I'm not sure do I sound a little bit different?
Yeah, a little bit different, but
I sound a
it's
little
all
bit
good.
echoey.
It's okay.
Apologies to everyone if we do, but I've got a new office, but we'll come to that in the good news. But yeah, apologies if I sound a little bit echoey. I need some stuff on the wall. That's what it is.
Yeah, no,
I've
it's
lost
all
all my
good.
pictures. There's nothing behind me.
I'm,
I'll
sh-
get the place zhuzhed up
I'm
before
sure.
too long.
I'm sure I could move a few things around the background of these. When I upload the video to the YouTube, I can play around with the sounds. But you
Yeah.
do sound all right. You sound good.
That's all right. Good
Last
stuff.
week,
Good
last
stuff.
week we had Wi-Fi difficulties, so this week we just got the echo. But it's okay. It's all
Exactly.
good. That's
Exactly.
good.
All good. All good. All good. So I've basically. Anyway, start with a quote, Maxie. Let's go. Let's give it a whirl. What we got?
Yeah, so this week, Leigh, the quote is, "Well done is better than well said." Love that.
Exactly. So I think when I shared the quote on the socials this week, I said, "So what are you talking about that you could be doing?"
Exactly. What could you be doing?
This
But
is the
it's
motivation.
yeah, and I'm loving the quotes that we spoke about it last week of how some of the inspirational quotes that you do get. You have the 365-day quote
Yeah,
thing on
I
your
get them
on
from
your
all
office.
over. People send me it. I like get them from all over because you and I, from when we first met, we've always loved a good quote. So
Yeah.
it's like the calendar this year's been exceptional. So yeah, and I've got some. I'll be sorting out the next 12 weeks of quotes. So I've got some goodies on the way. So
Happy days.
good one to start off with. So alrighty, good news. What do we got?
Good
This
news.
is chockers this week. Let's go.
Yeah, there's plenty of good news this week, Leigh, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, this will be going out on Friday, but yesterday was
Yeah,
my birthday. 33, turned
yeah,
33, which is a
yeah.
lucky number for me. I love the
Mm-hmm.
number
Yeah.
33.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a new car, which we spoke about briefly over the last few weeks.
Yes.
Book one is off for print, which is very exciting.
Very exciting. And do you know what I'm going to be doing straight after we finish this? I'm going to be filling in all the documentation for the ISBN, which is like the unique, it's like the barcode of every book in the world. It has
So
like
good.
so it's going to have a new ISBN. So, and within a couple of 2 or 3 days, I'm going to have a couple of mock ups of the first few pages.
So good. Can't wait to see.
Very exciting.
We also had a photo sent in from a Tasmanian family
Oh,
that had our books out in the bush down there, and the kid wouldn't leave home without taking his Maxi the Lifeguard and Maxi's Beach Rescue books with him. So it's a
brilliant.
really nice message to get. I thought it was really cool.
Love it.
And yeah, thought I'd give him a shout on the podcast. And Nola's going,
Morning, Nola. Morning,
Nola's
Nola.
giving a
Nola
bit of a shout out
approves of
too.
that. Yeah, exactly. So we've got some. I've been out and about the last week, Maxi. So I've got some news here to share. I spent the most awesome day. I was invited. I think I was just leaving when we recorded last week off to Cuchimudla to spend the day, and it was actually the PCYC Emergency Services Cadets. And it was like their week camp, and they spend a day with the fireys, a day with the police, a day with the SES, and this was beach day. They were with Cuchimudlo Surf Lifesaving. What an extraordinary program. Queensland program had kids there from all over Queensland. It was just brilliant. And stay tuned. So we might be doing some more things with them in the future, which is a bit exciting. But Metsu, who's the leader of the program, awesome. They are the next fireys, ambos, whatever. The surf life saving rescue helicopter came and parked in the park right next to the beach. All the kids were able to go in the helicopter. It was awesome. So that was a great day. And then on the back of that, I went to see our friends down at Bay Water Sports who have just rebranded and launched their Aqua Accessibility program. So a bit of support from like Tourism Queensland and Sports Queensland and things like this, they've been able, Maxi, to purchase a new trailer and some equipment that means water sport and getting on the water is accessible for everybody. So it might be they've had instances where they had down there a lady who was an amputee was out there on the water because they've got extra, like the stabilizing on the kayaks. They've literally got wheelchairs that float, kind of type thing. They've got families where maybe one child might have been left on the beach because they just, didn't have the equipment to get them onto the water. Those days are gone. Everyone
family
on the water. And basically, Karen's vision was, I'm going to give you the quote. She said, human-powered moment in nature for every ability. So what an incredible thing. Completely inclusive. Our friend Curtis Pitt was there to represent the sports minister. Joss, our friend, the new mayor, was there. They had so many families there. It was just brilliant. So our dear friends Ash and Karen, congratulations for them. And brilliantly. So that was good. And what else? What got in there? Oh, I've got to... Do you want me to speak or shall I shut up for a minute?
Go. What have you...
I think so much this week. Taylor Ralph is a young Brisbane girl. Now, I'm a friend of the family, so I've known Taylor since she was an absolute little tot. And she used to be about 3 years old, and her mum and dad, she was obsessed with motorbikes, completely obsessed. And her mum and dad bought her a motorbike, and her mum and dad had a paddock. Her grandparents, had a paddock. I used to watch 3-year-old Taylor
rip
around this paddock on a motorbike like you've never seen. And we all used to just like, here goes Taylor, and she'd vroom, go past you and all that shit. She's just got her first ever podium in the World Championships. She came third. She's had crashes. She's rebuilt herself. She's had problems with funding. She's had every bit of thing. And this weekend, she got a podium. And same as we say to anybody, just keep going. So I am going to track her down when she's stopped racing around Europe, and we'll get her on the podcast in the future because it's an incredible story. And it made me feel very old, but what an inspiration. So so much good stuff. So
I've got a couple more things. So we were meant to have a guest this week, but we've rescheduled that just for a few other little things going on. When it comes to the guests that we're going to be getting on the podcast, there's some good guests that we've got lined up, and we're going to be drip feeding out. We also got a board meeting next week. All the homework that we had the last month. I safely say that 98% of it's done on my end. Whenever we get the board meetings done, the good thing about board meetings is you keep yourself accountable for things that you need to get done. So looking forward to catching up with everyone and having a chat. Everything's going good. Spring weather's definitely here. It's a bit warm today. It's about 30 degrees. And have you got any of those Brisbane storms yet?
No Brisbane storms yet. They're saying potentially a bit of rumbly activity on the weekend. But I didn't adding on to that. I've moved the office.
Yes.
So I've got a door. This room's been like a bit of a storeroom. It was like my swimwear and all the things. And I was just like, last weekend, one of those things, Andrew said, you know what, we could paint it. And within an hour, I'd got everything out the room in the hall. And then Andrew turned around and I said, we've got to paint it now. It was a bit of a Leigh and Andrew special. Painted. So that was Friday morning's conversation. Here we are, 5-6 days later. It's completely painted. My desk has moved. And I got it set up that we could do this here this morning. So I'm so excited. That makes you feel good. Just like moving furniture. It's great. Just move stuff around. It's like having a new toy. So yeah, I'm very excited, and this weekend I'll be kitting it out that it doesn't sound so Maxi,
No, it's
that
all
kind of
good.
stuff. So
It's all good.
yeah, good stuff. Alrighty, so what have we got?
Unfortunate event. Well, this unfortunate event didn't really happen, which is good. But I was worried about driving the Jeep up up to Tweed Heads and not making it. So the fact that they didn't have to worry about that, the unfortunate event is I am gonna miss the Jeep, and I'm sure everyone that's been following the Jeep and the scooter journey the last couple of years, it's an end of an era, and not really it is unfortunate because I've had some good times in it. We've had some road trips in it, Leigh.
Look, it's been good. The Jeep, I'm going to miss the Jeep. But you know what? Life moves on, Maxi. It's nicer to have a bit more reliability in your life.
We need some reliability.
Not all excitement is good.
Topping up with coolant. The boys at work reckon that I was paying 100 to 1 to make it to the Tweed. But the fact that I didn't have to go this week and I'm getting it couriered, it's definitely taken away a few problems.
Exactly. Do you know what? It makes me sleep better. I didn't want to be I didn't want getting the call from Port Macquarie going, Leigh, any chance? I'd have been, who are you? Never heard of you. Don't call again, this number. Okay. So we just mentioned spring. Anyone in Australia? I think you have them down there as well. It's an Australia-wide thing, isn't it? Magpie season.
Magpies, yes.
They're back.
They are back.
And also, I think they also have their lesser reputation of the butcher birds. I don't know if that's the proper whatever properly bird name for them, but people know them as the butcher birds. There's some butcher birds in our front garden that have claimed the side of the house. No, they've claimed it down the side of the house. So from the front gate, or we haven't got a gate, front post box, all the way down the side of the house, where the dustbins are, and the washing line, down to the back, they've claimed it.
They've claimed it. So it's
anybody who remotely looks like a workman, it's on. Andrew's just come running in a hat. Andrew's been for runs, come running in for a hat. They've had a go at him on his own front driveway. Not got me yet, but having the person that's ended up having to have a tetanus shot from being cuffed by a magpie once, I don't want to be meeting them. So this goes on until November. Stressful. So that's my unfortunate event. The butcher birds. I can hear them now.
Yeah, I can. I could say that over the years living around here, there's not too many around Bellevue Hill. But when I grew up, when I was a kid, my nana, rest her soul, my nana used to feed them mints.
Yeah.
So they used to.
So does that make them friendly?
Oh, I think you can train it it's all like anything, routine and
one of my neighbours has fed them for 10 years. There's a family of 4 butcher birds she's fed for 10 years.
10 years.
And they're still sweeping the house next door. So I've been watching the block again. I've been watching too much block. I'm going to be having a body corporate in the street. What's going on with these birds? I'm going to be calling it. Sort them out. Alrighty, so
You got a dad joke this week?
Yeah, I've got a dad joke. Okay. Shall I go first?
Yes.
Might have done this one before, but people have forgotten. Anyway, so my advice, Maxi, for anyone wanting to climb the mountains between France and Spain, you need some strong legs and a good Pyrenees.
Pyrenees. I like it. I do like it.
All right.
Why do cows have hooves?
Oh, I don't know, Maxi. Why do cows have hooves?
Because they lack toes.
Yep. Excellent. So, my friend, he was upset. He just didn't know what the opposite of Armageddon is. I said, look, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world.
I do like it.
You liked it. Not a lot, but you liked it.
I liked it. I did like it.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Why did Waldo go to therapy?
Oh, I don't know, Maxie. Why did Waldo go to therapy?
He needed to go find himself. I used to love those books as a kid. I used to love them. I used to always struggle finding him.
Brilliant. Oh, good stuff. So, right. Oh, you know what? We've got one more unfortunate event.
What have we got?
We both did the notes this week. Have you seen the spreadsheet?
No.
Have you seen? Take a look.
Oh, no. Yeah, wow. There you go.
So
I did the notes yesterday. Well, that's weird.
I'd already done them. They were in before.
Yeah.
You just went in and started them. You didn't read what was in before.
Yeah. Apologies. I thought. Yeah, because mine's in the red and yours is in the black.
Yeah, mine's in the black. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Look at this. We've got like so much content for lovely people. Yeah. Exactly. Look at the quality of it. Excellent. So, right. Okay, that's it. On from that. Job of the week. Come on. You've been at the action station.
Yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks. Did a couple of extra overtime shifts and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But our normal shifts, we've had car fires, we've had car accidents, we've had bushfires, we've had medical access emergencies, we've had concern for welfares, we've had, fortunately, a couple of suicides, we've had all sorts of different things. It's just, it's just crazy at the moment. And, it's just, the work that we do is just always something going on, especially around the southwest of Sydney. That's jobs of the week. It's been an eventful week. It's just always constant. You're the right team for the job, Maxie. You got the crew on. Yes. It's like you got Piers has got all that handled. It's all good. The good people of Sydney can sleep well. So and there's been a bit. I saw there was the fire on the northern bit, bushfire, a bit of a fire on the northern beaches. There's been a strong smell of smoke around here for a good few days, so just be careful, people. Yeah, we're on shift that day that the big bushfire happened over the north side. We could see the plume of smoke from Bankstown. It did for a little while look like the city was on fire, but we knew quickly that it was the bushfire that was out of control over the north side. And while that was happening, we had our own little bushfire right next to a Kennard self-storage place. So if the bush was impinging on the building could have potentially caught alight, and there would have been maybe a 10th alarm factory fire. So we're glad that we got there quick and we knocked the fire down before it got to the building. But it's just time of year, spring. I remember when I first started firefighting back in 2016, the bushfire season was from October to, end of March. Now it seems to be, end of August, pretty much all the way to end of April. And, it's just coming into a dry, hot season, I think, for I know Queensland gets a bit humid, but, it's still going to be some of those hot, humid, sticky days. And, unfortunately, there's a lot of growth out there from the rain that we've had over the last five years.
Yeah.
The last major bushfire season we had was back in 2019, 2020. So I think, with all the regrowth and
everyone's just got to be extra careful and have a plan. Excellent.
Have a plan. You need to make sure you have a bushfire plan.
Exactly.
But
alrighty.
Tip of the week. Yeah, as we know that the temps are getting warmer here in the southern hemisphere, people will be going swimming, but you always need to make sure, check the depth before you dive in. Never dive in head first.
Yes.
Always check the depth. And that's the video and the lesson this week for Live, Learn, Survive Skills for Life program. Definitely.
Check the depth. Honestly, it's one of the first things I remember learning as a kid. It's so important. So, great tip, Maxie, great message. And, it doesn't matter where you are, like close to rocks, close to, off a boat, near a bridge, you see like people being dared to jump, and it's just not worth it.
No.
So yeah, no problem with that one. It's a great tip. So excellent. Alrighty, so crazy facts. Okay, you go. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I'll just get my notes back up. Okay, so talking about new car and all, I thought I'd do some interesting facts about cars.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So the first car was invented in 1886. The first gasoline-powered automobile was built by Carl Benz in 1886. The motor wagon is considered to be the first true car.
Wow.
Over 1.4 billion cars in the world. As of 2024, there are over 1.4 billion cars on the roads globally, with this number increasing each year. The fastest car, the current record for the fastest car is held by the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus, which reached a speed of 304 miles per hour, which is 490 kilometers an hour in 2019.
Ooh.
Did you know that electric cars date back to 1800s? While electric cars are popular today, they aren't new. The first electric car was built in 1828 by Enos Jedlik, long before gasoline-powered cars dominated. Well, that's pretty amazing.
It is, isn't it? Because you think everything that's new, but quite often, a lot of the time, some idea was there originally.
Your family have added to this, but the most produced car, the Toyota Corolla, is the world's best-selling car with more than 50 million units sold since it first introduced in 1966.
Wow, I've had my first car in Australia. My car was a Toyota Corolla. Good little cars.
I'm thinking of the Camry, Corolla Camry. Sorry, you had the Camry, the limo, the bus.
Yeah, Dad had the Camry, and I had the Corolla, and we've still got the RAV4.
Yeah,
and then obviously we all know that Sir Toyota are the best people in the world.
And
so
we've got one more. The world's first car accident. The first recorded car accident occurred in 1891 in Ohio, USA, when James Lambert's vehicle hit a tree root and crashed. There you go. Some crazy facts.
First one, and you weren't on scene for that. So, well, Maxi, birthday week. We've done some facts before about your birthday and things like that. So, so I was having a little bit of a dig around. I didn't realise you shared a birthday with Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I should have watched Grease.
Yeah, exactly. They did have on the internet. I saw one page that had her as the American Olivia Newton-John.
Not true.
That's why we don't believe everything we read on the internet. Obviously, she was born in England, an Australian and an Aussie. So a bit like myself. Olivia Newton-John. Anyway, so I believe, if I'm right, you might know this. You were born on a Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday. Well, Thursday's child has far to go.
There you go.
So there you go. That old rhyme that we all used to know when you were a kid. So Thursday's child far to go. You're a goat or a sheep.
Goat or a sheep, yeah.
Goat or a sheep. So
Chinese New Year.
Yeah, Chinese New Year. I'm a sheep. I'm a goat and a sheep too. Me and Andrew. So excellent. But this is the stuff. This is the fact that these are the things that mind blow me. I've got it off the internet, so don't again quote me, but I'm going to do some more research into this. You'll never guess what September the 26th is. National Situational Awareness Day.
Wow, there you go. What are the chances of that?
How crazy is that? And cool. September 26th, National Situational Awareness Day brings attention to personal safety. This day highlights the importance of using situation awareness skills in everyday life to stay out of harm's way.
There you go. What are the chances of that?
You can't even write this. So, I'm going to investigate into that even more. But Happy birthday, Situational Awareness Day.
Thank you.
The fact that we've got those paddles, one of our 5 things is situational awareness.
I know. What are the chances?
That is insane. Cool. So there you go. There, nothing is fate, Maxi.
No, exactly right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'll leave that for you to think about.
Yeah.
So there you go. A few facts. Have the happy birthday. By the time this is out, you'll have had a happy birthday. It's a little prezzy, and there's a card on the way.
Thanks, Leigh. Thanks, everyone, too. And it's 33. Like I said, I am getting older, but 33 is a lucky number, a number that I've always liked. So, with everything that we do with Live, Learn, Survive and other things that are going on in personal life, I'm looking forward to the year ahead.
Exactly. Good times ahead. So, alrighty. Excellent.
Reflection.
So, reflection.
Well, we were thinking alike here, Leigh. I do have both our notes are very similar.
They are.
We have spoken about this a lot the last couple of months since we knew that this was happening. But now that it actually is happening, going to print and everything, working it all out. Thanks to you having the meetings over the last few weeks. I'm just excited to see this second edition book 1 come to life. We haven't had it for a couple of months in and out of schools, and the fact that we're going to have a new lease of book 2's book 1's second edition by the end of the year. It's awesome, and the illustrations are tip top. And a big thanks to Paul Doran, who we always give shout outs to.
Because these things, like Paul's support, things like this would not happen without things like that. So, having the people that are in our corner, and Paul's just been an absolute superstar. So, very excited to now give it the green light, hit the button, and we're on. So, it's going to move very fast, which is very exciting. And, I remember the time when I found the video the other day. I brought the very first book to Sydney.
Yes.
You had never seen the very and literally to touch the book.
I still remember we were at a cafe in Wallara on not near off Ocean Street, and I remember you handed it to me, and that was awesome.
Yeah. And I just, I'd only got my hands on it, I think 2 days before that. And I thought, you know what? I'm not even sending you a photo because I knew I was on my way down. I put it in a little box.
Yeah.
I'll have to we'll share that video. We'll put it on the socials. So, and here we go again. So very, very exciting. So, very proud of the crew and the team and everything that we're going to be able to give them to so many more kids, because in the original format, they've gone to over 30 countries. Imagine how many we're going to send the new one to. Very exciting. So, excellent. All righty. So, playlist.
I've already added this song, and I'm pretty sure Walk of Life might already be in there, Leigh. I think.
Yeah, is it? Okay, that's all right. We'll go with your choice then.
But again, car theme, the old Billy Ocean, Get Out of My Dreams and Into My Car. That's a bit of a toe tapper, bit of a sing-along.
How good's Billy Ocean? Excellent.
Caribbean Queen, Get Out of My Dreams and In My Car. Great songs, great artist, bit of old school. We've had a bit of, our playlist is a mixture of everything in between. So, I hope everyone that does listen to the Spotify playlist enjoys the songs that we add in.
If you're in the car today, put this one on. It's a cracker. Brilliant. So, playlist is growing nicely. So, last thing, I see 29 minutes and 43 seconds.
We're on the money.
We have got this nailed. So, rule for the rule book. What do we got?
Yeah, rule for the rule book. I really liked what you had. Age is just a number, which is true.
It's just a number.
It is just a number. And again, just reflecting, I'm 33, or now I'm 33 when this goes out. It's when you do get older, you learn from, things that not so much mistakes, but you learn from mistakes, you learn from things, you constantly are growing and learning, and it's exciting. And if you use age is a thing to mature into a person that you want to be, I think that's a great thing. So
absolutely. And you know what?
Age is just a number. Every day's a school day, as we say.
It just gets better. I am actually, obviously I'm like, a few years older, but this generation that I'm in now, I am loving it. So, it's just a number. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't.
But yeah, before we do wrap up, I do want to say one thing. There's a lot of sport this weekend coming up. I have a number of times met Isaac Heaney, who's the Swans captain. He's playing the grand final tomorrow. So good luck against the Brisbane Lions. I know the Brisbane Lions fighting fit and they're ready to rock and roll down in the MCG. But the Swans and Brisbane Lions, it's going to be a cracking game. Two of the best teams this year. But yeah, shout out to Isaac Heaney and the Swans guys, and I'm sure for you, Leigh, being in Brisbane, give the shout out to the Brisbane
obviously, it is like a bit of a, you're in Sydney, I'm in Brisbane. There couldn't be a better grand final.
Yes.
And what was that semi-final like?
It's amazing.
Oh, my life.
Yeah.
Andrew is a Geelong supporter. I probably would say I'm a Geelong supporter if my second team would be Brisbane. So it's kind of, we lost, but we kind of won.
The way that they lost, so there's 2 minutes to go. I watched the game, 2 minutes to go. They were up by one goal, and Brisbane
just came back.
The two in the last 2 minutes, and
held their nerve, went for it. That's why AFL is such a brilliant game. So yes, is it both grand finals this weekend or just AFL?
Another week to go for the NRL. But NRL, you got Storm versus Roosters, and you've got Penrith versus Cronulla Sharks. So yeah.
So Saturday, I think we just got to say, may the best team win.
Exactly right. I think it'd be good to just sport wins at the end of the day. It'll be hopefully it's a cracking game, and I didn't realise that the Swans have been in a number of grand finals, but they actually haven't won one since 2012.
Yes, and you see, and Brisbane fell last year to Collingwood.
Yes.
So
so it'll be good. Shout out to everyone.
Enjoy the football weekend, and then the NRL Grand Final will be next week.
Yes.
Yeah, and for anyone not in Australia, these are big sporting weekends in Australia. So everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people will be watching. Except probably the good people of Melbourne who feel they've lost their own game.
They're saying it's Fitzroy versus North Melbourne.
Yes.
One of the Melbournes. Yeah.
So again, to give people a bit of context, Australian Football League is Australian rules football, which was historically the Victorian Football League, the VFL, because it was predominantly a game that was only played in Melbourne. And then what they did is make it a national game over probably the last 30, 40 years or so.
Yeah.
So as you just said, Brisbane Lions became from the Fitzroy Football Club, which Fitzroy is a suburb of Melbourne. So it's an absolutely brilliant game with wonderful kind of history. So now it's a national competition. The poor Victorians feeling a bit that they're not part of their own game. But it's great now because it's a national thing. And the winners are probably the airlines, because every Sydney Breeders supporters have to fly to Melbourne for the match. So, our friend Beck's on the way. She's a mad Sydney supporter. She's going down. So I know a couple of people are travelling from Brisbane. So it'll be a good weekend. So
happy days.
Have a great one. All right. Okie dokie. I'm going to go and get this ISBN thing. You've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I hope everyone has a great week.
Take care, everyone. Enjoy.
And we'll talk to you all next week.
Yep. See you soon.
That's it. We're a year older. All right. Take care, everyone. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.